Hi, are you ready to learn more about ocean animals? Well, today's animal is really a star of the ocean. You guessed it. Today we're going to be learning about sea stars. And sea stars are a kind of animal called an echinoderm. Echinoderms have hard bodies, unlike the mollusks, which had very soft bodies. So today we're going to listen to a story called Sea Stars, Oceans Alive by Anne Harriges. And today in our table of contents, it says we're going to learn sea star bodies on page 5. We'll learn about sea star rays on 9. Sea star feet we'll learn about on page 15. How sea stars eat on page 17. Oh, we have a glossary, and to learn more, and an index in our book today. Well, let's find out more. Sea stars live in oceans all over the world. Sea stars come in many sizes and colors, and I love this page in the book because it is from our Pacific Ocean, and you can see up here are sea stars, lots of star-shaped animals. And you can see they come in oranges and purples. Our sea stars that live in the Puget Sound are called ochre sea stars, and they come in different shades of purple and orange. Sea stars have a hard, bumpy body. Sharp spines cover their body. Sea stars have a mouth in the middle of their body. There's the mouth in the center. Sea stars have arms called rays. So these are not called arms, they're called rays. Sea stars have at least 5 rays. And you'll see these are shaped like stars. Some sea stars have many more rays, and if you're very lucky, we have some echinoderms called sun stars that live in the water in the Puget Sound, and they can have as many as 20 rays. Sea stars can lose their rays. Then new rays grow. That's called regeneration. It would be like if your arm came off of your body, if you were a sea star, you could grow another one. Sea stars have a groove on each ray. Okay, so a groove down each ray. Each groove has rows of feet, and you can see these little tiny tubes. These are what makes the sea star move. Sea stars use their feet to crawl and to hold onto rocks. Sea stars use their feet to help them eat animals that have shells. You've been thinking about that. What do sea stars eat? Think you know? A sea star pulls on each side of the shell with its feet. The shell opens. So sea stars eat animals with shells. So in this picture over here, it looks like we have a crab. Over here, we have a snail. The sea star pushes its stomach through its mouth and into the shell. So it would be like if you were to eat a hamburger, if you were a sea star, your stomach would come out of your throat, out of your mouth, and go around the hamburger and digest it with the liquids inside, like you have liquids inside your stomach, and then it would bring it back into your mouth, back into your body. The sea star's stomach feeds on the soft food inside the shell. And these are mussels, which are like clams. They have two shells, but the sea star knows how to open the shell. The sea star pulls in its stomach. It leaves the empty shell behind. Well, thank you for coming today. And now we are going to add to our picture an animal that a sea star eats. Okay, so be thinking about that. Hi. So today we're going to add to our picture here. We wrote this page yesterday. I can see a sea star. And remember, we put in a couple of sea stars in our picture, and I colored mine purple and orange because they are ochre sea stars that live here on the beach. And so in our story today, we learned that these animals eat shelled animals on the beach, animals with a shell. And you saw a picture of an ochre sea star trying to catch a crab. Very difficult. Crabs are fast animals, they're quick. Ochre sea stars are not. They move very slowly with their teeny tiny legs. So a better choice for a sea star would be an animal that is slower. And today I'm going to put in a little hole here for an animal that lives under the ground. Do you remember that animal that lives in the sand, has two shells? Clam. Yes, the clam. All right, so I'm going to draw a picture of a clam here under the sand. Okay, so that would be a delicious meal for we're eating snails. So if you want, you could put a rock over here and you can draw yourself another little snail. For a sea star to eat. So there's lots of different things that sea stars eat on the beach. Add them to your picture. And one more thing to talk about is that sea stars have another name. And some people call them starfish. Scientists call them sea stars because they're not fish at all. They have no fins, they have no tail, no scales. And so they're really a different kind of creature. That's why I've been calling this animal a sea star and not a starfish. But really, we're talking about the same animal. Well, thank you for coming, and I look forward to learning about a new